You are too. So that was something from a year ago by the BBC, a BBC reporter. I can't be asked finding out her name. She said see you next Tuesday, really, isn't she? Just another racist scumbag at the BBC. I'm proud to say I haven't paid my licence for over 10 years now as a result of these wankers. But it leads me on to Ian Wright, and I can't be asked finding out her name. There's a woman with him, and they're going on about this.
But for us and everybody around it to see this for what it is, the problem, it's a systemic problem, and we just deal with it in incidents. So that's what we need to really start thinking about.
There is a brief reaction from the previous video I've just shown you. So as usual, it's the usual buzzwords, and it's systematic problems, racism, and then you've got this African lady here with the 3 lines of England behind her, which she hasn't got any ties to at all. She's probably been in this country for what, 30 years, 20 years, whenever her parents decided to move over here to leech offers for a better life. Let's see what she's got to say.
She's from, I work in recruitment. If you want to build a diverse team, you can do that, but you have to start from...
Right, well, let's just say build a diverse team. So basically what you're saying is a less white team is what you're saying. So you want a less European team in a European country, and you want more Africans in a European country. So you're just proving what I've said before, but you're just invaders. It's all being done by hurty feelings and manipulation. You haven't got the balls to come here sort of 500 years ago and take us on with like swords and shields, because you wouldn't be able to invent them anyway, and you wouldn't be able to create the boats to get here. So you come here when it's a first world country with all the luxuries of first world living, and rather than taking over with aggression, it's all being done like Demolition Man, like feelings and stuff. Anyway, so yesterday was England versus Nigeria, and the reason why I'm going on this rant here is what I'm about to say now. So yesterday was England versus Nigeria, and look at that team there. I don't know if this is the exact team. This is a 2022 team. There's like a white woman. Oh, she looks white anyway. Might be mixed race. But the Nigerian team that I watched yesterday, they were all black. Now, my question to the BBC, the communist media, why haven't you commented that all the team in Nigeria is black? Why aren't you concerned about that? Oh, I know, it's because you've got a problem with white people, haven't you? And so that's that one. On to whatever his name is, Bukayo Saka. Apparently he plays for England. He's not English, he's Nigerian. And like so many other athletes, whether it be Nazim Hamid in boxing, I remember watching him as a kid, and when he went back to Yemen, he was treated like a god. So he's representing Britain and being British, and then returning to Yemen and being treated like a hero, because that's where he's from. He's from Yemen, he's not British. Anthony Joshua, he's Nigerian. There's a video of him I could find where he says, as an African,
For me as an African, I found that like you're trying to belittle me as someone that's hard working. So that's kind of how I interpreted that.
because he is African, he's got a tattoo of Africa on his arm. And who else we got? Mo Farah, he's Somalian. Lennox Lewis, I think he was Jamaican. All these athletes, they pick European countries or white countries like a sweet shop. It's whatever country's going to offer them the best. But in reality, they're still Nigerian, they're still Jamaican, they're still from the Middle East. Amir Khan's Pakistani. This is just a country that gives them a luxury way of living that only European men can provide. It's annoying because Europeans have basically built this amazing civilization for all these leeches to come here and live off it, and they can return back to their own countries as and when they feel like it. They've got no loyalties to this country, and a good proof of that yesterday was what's wound me up is when I was watching the BBC. BBC obviously going down to London, grovelling to all these Nigerians like a bunch of gimps that they are. There was about 20 Nigerians living in a house cheering on Nigeria in London. You get your head around that. So you've come to this country, but you've proven that your loyalties belong back there. Basically what you are, invaders. And thankfully this full thumbnail's just reminded me of one last thing. This woman here, Lauren James, I've noticed the media's always using her in pictures. and I wonder why that is. Could it be that she's like the only brown girl in an all-white team? Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Cheers.